How's it going, guys? My name's Wilson. Almost a full week into the 2019-2020 NBA season, a lot of excitement and drama are already unfolding. A couple young rising stars have been on a tear, and there's already been plenty of surprises. But this is just a taste of how the season might go. Let's take a look at the winners and losers of the first week of the 2019-2020 NBA season. Starting with the winners, the Los Angeles Clippers. Being 3-1 to start is expected from the 2020 title favorites. Looking every bit as good as advertised, Paul George hasn't even played yet, and they're already looking very dangerous with Kawhi Leonard. With the team having two superstars, a 10-man rotation with no weaknesses on either side of the floor, Kawhi and his New Balance commercial took a shot at LeBron and totally owned him opening night. Continues to remind the world why he's the reigning Finals MVP. Very efficient, scores at his own pace, fits perfectly into Doc Rivers' system. The whole team's looking like a winner, including new additions of Patrick Patterson, Maurice Harkless, and JaMychal Green already having great impact. The bench duo of Lou Will and Montrezl Harrell continues to destroy opponents. Another winner, the duo of Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet. Spicy P continues to prove what he's capable of, putting up averages of 27.5 points, over 10 rebounds in his first 4 starts. Without a doubt, the franchise player on the roster. His length was too much for the Pelicans on opening night, putting up 34 and 18, expected to take a bigger role. The 6'9" power forward delivering, as well as Fred VanVleet, who continues to be stellar. Nobody knew for sure if he was going to be a legit NBA player since given the opportunity. The undrafted guard out of Wichita State's living the dream in his 4th season. Another winner, the Phoenix Suns. You can't ask for a better start despite being only 2-2. Their first 2 losses came within a single point to worthy opponents in Denver and Utah. Opened up destroying Sacramento by 29 and beating the Clippers 130-122 was extremely impressive. The team will likely struggle and lose a lot of games down the road, but the role players of Frank Kaminsky and Aaron Baines are doing very well. Ricky Rubio has been a great help, and Kelly Oubre Jr. has been playing lights out, perhaps the biggest surprise to start this season. And the team will have nothing to lose each game. They can only go up from here. Trae Young, before his injury, was looking like a superstar, came out as hot as anybody we've seen, put up video game-like numbers. The Eastern Conference Player of the Week before his ankle injury, was averaging 34.6 rebounds, 9 assists on over 51% shooting. The first 3 games absolutely destroyed defenders, pulled up from the parking lot and looking like the real deal. Will likely miss 2 weeks after a scary fall. That's about 7 games, so the young core will need to step up without him. Karl Anthony Towns, the regaining Western Conference Player of the Week, has been a man possessed. Going back and forth on Twitter with Kendrick Perkins was hilarious, but Cat's not playing around. Feeling his team continues to be disrespected, the soon-to-be 24-year-old is a legit superstar in the league. Averaged 32, over 13 boards, 5 assists, going 3-0 his first 3 games of the season. With the team not having any excuses, it will be up to his teammates to step up, especially Andrew Wiggins. If there was an MVP based on every week of the season, Cat would be the MVP of the first week of the 2019-20 season. Another winner, Markelle Fultz, looking like a real rotation player for the first time his 3rd season. He might never be a superstar, but is now playable and looking to leave his past behind, averaging over a dozen points in less than 25 minutes of action, slowly regaining his confidence. A good start so far. Kendrick Nunn and Tyler Hero of the Miami Heat, starting with the undrafted guard out of Oakland, who has been incredible, dropping 42 weeks ago in a preseason game after taking a partially guaranteed deal with the Warriors and spending time in the G League last season, putting up 18.5 points his first 4 games. The Heat will have an easier time trading their veterans, and of course Tyler Hero, who just dropped 29 against the Hawks, going 7 of 9 from the field. The rookie out of the University of Kentucky can flat out ball, is only 19 years old. Miami going 3-1 after Butler made his debut in the 4th regular season game. They're looking better than expected. Derrick Rose of the Detroit Pistons, rejuvenating his career after not knowing whether he'd still be in the league just a year and a half ago. The former MVP is putting up 21.5 points his first 4 games, hit a clutch layup down the stretch against the Pacers, having flashbacks of vintage D Rose, doing so playing just 26 minutes a game, received some MVP chance. His 2-year $15 million contract is well worth a try for a team that's stuck in no man's land. A big winner, the duo of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis, looking absolutely amazing. The second second-year sensation's looking like a legit superstar and on his way to becoming one of the best players in the game. Aside from his 12-point performance against Denver, Luka put up 29, 10, and 7 his first 3 games, has 9 career triple-doubles, more than anybody in history before the age of 21. Porzingis, on the other hand, has looked like his former self from 2 seasons ago, already excelling working with Doncic and a monster on both ends of the floor. Dallas is off to a 3-1 start, had 9 players in double figures against Denver. The team's looking sharp right now. Anthony Davis, who just put up 40 and 20, the first Lakers and Shaq to do so in 03, attempted a franchise record 27 free throws, making 26 of them, looking absolutely unstoppable. Now on to the losers. The coach's challenge, taking way too long to review plays following the footsteps of the NFL and MLB. It allows the coach to trigger replay reviews. With each team having won a game, there was a controversial overturned call in Mavs Blazers. Lillard was called for the foul but was overturned, resulting in the jump ball. Owner Mark Cuban was livid. Dallas ended up losing that game. A lot of the changes will disrupt the pace of the game, a weird adjustment for the league. Another loser, the New Orleans Pelicans and Zion Williamson, who's out for likely 2 months. The team hasn't gotten off to a good start. Being 0-4 in the West is not good, and Jrue Holiday isn't looking like himself. The team needs to start winning and win now. DeAndre Ayton, who will continue to fight and appeal to reduce his suspension for a failed drug test. The former first overall pick won't be making basketball headlines for a while and might have to wait 2 months to come back. The Kyrie Irving drama that he has mood swings, reported by Jackie McMullen. The media is already trying to create drama around Irving, but on the bright side, he's looked unbelievable his first 3 games. Putting up 37.7 points is a positive. Despite losing 2 of those games by a point, his game is very good, but the distractions can be very negative, so we'll have to find out later on. A big loser, Mike Conley, who's been playing like an absolute travesty, averaging 7.8 points over his first 4 games. 20% from the field is painful and has been terrible to watch. Will need to pick up his slack. A huge loser, the Golden State Warriors, looking like a nightmare, getting badly blown out their first 2 games by a combined 47 points. Steph Curry has gotten off to a slow start and looks rusty. There's already a lot of doubters right now. People are already saying Golden State's not a playoff team, and the bench is looking very weak. Might be a long season, but they'll have a lot of time to turn it around. Another loser, the Sacramento Kings with head coach Luke Walton. With Marvin Bagley out for at least a month, the coaching of Luke Walton's not looking very good. A downgrade from Dave Yeager. Being 0-4 is not a good way to start. De'Aaron Fox has been looking rusty. Harrison Barnes is not living up to his contract. Losers, the Indiana Pacers. Starting 0-3, the rotation is looking very sloppy with many key changes. Aaron Holiday has been riding the bench. Malcolm Brogdon's been their best player, but that might not be enough to put them in playoff positioning before Victor Oladipo comes back. Another loser, Dennis Smith Jr., who has had the worst week of his life, getting booed at the Garden while the fans cheered for the opposing player in Taco Fall. Knick fans chanting "We won Frank," begging Frank Ntilikina to play. After 3 games, Smith Jr. went 1 of 11 from the field. Condolences to him and his family after losing a close family member. And of course, head coach David Fizdale, who might have been on the verge of getting fired if the Knicks didn't beat the Bulls, but he continues to not play Frank. The team simply will continue to stink and stink badly, already looking like another season praying for the lottery. Perhaps half the roster will be gone by next season. Another loser, Bradley Beal, starting 1-2 for the Wizards and getting that max extension. He's shooting only 31% from the field, averaging just 20 points. Will need to average at least 25 if Washington wants to remain competitive. Thank you so much for watching this video. What are some of your winners and losers for the first week of the 2019-2020 NBA season? Let me know in the comments below. I love all of you. See you next time.